Hey ladies, welcome to my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. I am so excited that you are here. My name is Nia if you're new here, and if you are returning, welcome and thank you for joining me in another video. Today we are speaking about how to reinvent yourself so that you can receive your dream life. We have 8 tips that we will be talking about today, so we won't spend time on the introduction. Instead, we'll just talk about the details in each point. So let us get started. The first point is that every decision matters. As you begin to reinvent yourself, this is the one thing to remember, and it's one of the most important points that we will discuss in today's video. It is so important that you recognize that every decision you make is compounding, and that will determine what your future looks like. So if you make the true decision to reinvent your life, your body, your career, your business, whatever it is that you want to reinvent and elevate about yourself, make the decision and then realize that every decision that you make from today going forward impacts how your life looks a year from now, what your body looks like a year from now, and what you achieve a year from now. The secret to success is in the decisions you make through your daily habits, and every decision you make is either directing you to receiving your dream life or it is directing you in the opposite direction where you will be stuck in a life that you do not want or a life that you do not deserve. Decide that a year from now you want to be in a better position, you want to be in a better body, you want to be living your dream life, and then make the decisions that will lead to that being a reality. Do not underestimate the power of every decision you make going forward. No matter how small it may seem in the moment, it is adding up, it will compound. And that small decision is a block that is adding to your success, or it's a block that is missing from your success, and that will lead to you being stuck where you do not want to be. So an example of a small decision that adds up over time. If you are someone who is used to hitting the snooze button, you are teaching your body, you are teaching your mind that it's okay to choose to be lazy instead of getting up and doing the hard thing to achieve what we want. It's okay to put this dream that we have on hold because in this moment, I just want to be lazy and, sleep that extra hour that is taking away from your success. That small decision of hitting the snooze button is teaching your body something that is leading you to having a life you do not want. So that's an example of how small decisions that seem small are actually impacting you, your body, and your mindsets in ways that you may not even have been aware of. So with this example, what you're trying to reinvent is your body, and you've set the alarm so that you can go to the gym first thing in the morning. Do not hit the snooze button because that will teach your mind the opposite. Whereas if you train your mind and say, we are not hitting snooze because my dream life cannot be placed on hold. My dream life cannot be snoozed away. I am getting up now because this dream version of myself means so much to me that I will get up and make the decision that will lead to me actually achieving this thing. You will get up and you will teach your body that this is how we now show up, and naturally, and with time, you will not even think about hitting the snooze button. You will just automatically get up because you've trained your mind and your body into a new habit, and a habit of discipline, a habit of consistency, habits that are bringing you closer to the success of what it is that you're trying to achieve. The second point is that internal change comes first. And with this is the mental and the emotional. You have to change mentally and emotionally because that is the first step, and that is what will lead to you actually receiving the physical changes. And what I mean with this point is that you have to have an idea of what the elevated version of you looks like. Otherwise, you do not know what you're working towards. This is why vision boards and visualizing are so important, because you are working on your mental and your emotional to rebrand first so that you know what it is that you're working towards achieving. You have to have a vision of what you want and an idea of what it is that you're working for before it's physically in your life, before it's physically in your hands, before you actually receive it. It has to start mentally, and then you have to emotionally want it as well. And another reason why this point is important is that when you actually receive the thing, you're able to keep it and hold it because the change was internal rather than just exterior or surface level. An example I can give on this is, think of people who win the lottery and they have all these millions and they lose it. This is because mentally or emotionally, they did not transform into the person that's able to hold $1 million or whatever that amount is. So they self-sabotage and give it away. This is the same way. When you have not done an internal change mentally and emotionally, you will self-sabotage your blessings away even if you receive them today. If the change is not internal, it's a matter of time before you lose it. So use that example as you start to think of the areas in your life where you want to reinvent and transform into your dream version. Another example is of people who maybe get surgery because they're looking for a quick fix. They have not done the internal change to be the person who can maintain their dream body. So they may get, let's say it's weight loss surgery, they may get it and they still haven't changed their habits, so they may still have unhealthy eating habits, and it's a matter of time before they are back where they started. This is the importance of internally changing first, because that is what will allow you to hold on to this dream life, and that is what will allow you to maintain that dream life when it's finally in your hands, when you finally received it. You never want to do surface level changes, because that will only bring you right back where you started, and the transformation will not be real deep and it will not be maintained. And this brings us to the third point, which is audit your circle of influence. And the quote that I want to share on this point is the saying, "Show me who your friends are and I will show you your future." Your circle of influence is so important, and this is not just the people that you are interacting with in person. This includes the content that you are consuming, the music you are listening to, the TV shows you're watching, what you are looking at on social media. They are either getting you to your dream life, they're getting you closer to being your dream version, or they are taking you in the opposite direction. Start to audit who is influencing your life. Start to audit who is influencing your belief systems, your mindsets, what you are exposed to. Start to do an audit and then determine what influence they're bringing in your life. Is this the influence that's bringing you closer to having your dream life and being your dream version, or is it taking you further away? Are these people who are filling you with limiting beliefs, and this is why you are stuck in a comfort zone, because you are not able to dream bigger, because you are only surrounded by people who cannot see bigger for themselves? Are these people who have normalized self-harming? You're watching or scrolling on social media where people are self-harming, and this is something that now seems like a normal habit and it's okay to do the same. Or are you surrounded by women who don't care how they present themselves, and they just don't care how their behavior, words, speech affects their reputation? Start to do an audit, because you will be surprised at the things that are affecting your mindsets and the things that are affecting the way you are showing up, what you are saying, what you are believing about yourself, and why you are self-sabotaging yourself. It could be the sources that you are exposing yourself to, and it's so important that you do an audit. Start to clean out your phone, your social media, your contact list of people who are no longer influencing you towards receiving your dream life or becoming your dream version. Start to delete the accounts that are bringing feelings of jealousy, envy, or any feelings of negativity within yourself. Stop looking at things that are bringing you down, bringing you in a low vibration, and stealing your joy and just not helping you be the person that you are desiring to become. If part of you reinventing and elevating yourself includes stopping certain habits, stopping specific habits, stop associating with people who are still engaging in those habits. If it's gossiping, stop being around people who gossip, or start to respond differently. Do not engage when they come to you with gossip. Be as uninterested as you can be, and that will speak for you. And if you have to speak, then say those words that you are not interested in this gossip or whatever it is. But start to be mindful of what you are exposed to, because that is what is influencing you in so many ways that you may realize or that you may not have realized. Another thing I want to mention on this point is that as you audit, start to find better sources of people who will bring you closer to what you want. Start to be around people who have achieved the things that you're desiring to achieve. Start to see people who are successful in this thing that you want, successful in being the woman that you are trying to become, because that will encourage you and motivate you. And when you start to see evidence of this in front of you, it will change something in your mind where you say, this is also possible for me. It will encourage you to change your habits, because you won't say, oh, this is impossible, because you are seeing someone else live that life and just seeing the habits that they embody that is giving them this dream life that you are working towards getting. And it will encourage you to keep going and doing the same thing, especially when you feel awkward, when you feel uncomfortable, when it feels like it's not working. Being around people who are successful in these things you want will motivate you and encourage you, and they will be everyday examples. They can give you advice, whether it's through showing you or actually telling you on how to navigate certain difficulties when you reach a hurdle of, transforming into the dream version that you're trying to become. These sources, these better sources of people, can introduce you to new ways of thinking that you were not aware of before. And these new thoughts of thinking will help you get to where you're trying to go. So audit your circle of influence, remove who is not helping you and start to add who is helping you. And again, this is on everything, on social media, who you are around, what you are watching, what you are listening to, what you are reading. Be around the sources that will lead you closer to your dream life. Another thing that I want to mention is that sometimes it may be a good source, but they are just not pushing you to take that step that you need to achieve what you're working towards. Sometimes we are motivated by somebody else's delivery versus another person. So even though it's a good source, make sure that it's a source that's actually motivating you and pushing you and encouraging you to go outside your comfort zone, to achieve and to think differently so that you can actually get to where you're trying to go. So I just want to add that point there, because if you are listening to something and you're still in the same place year after year after year, it's important that you reflect on that source and consider replacing it with a source that's actually pushing you and getting you outside your comfort zone and getting you closer to where you want to go. And this brings us to the next point, which is show up as your elevated self. Have the courage to start showing up as your dream self now and today. Even though you are not already there, it's important that you do. Start removing any mindsets that keep you stuck in the past, saying things like, I've always done it this way. People will judge me if I start doing things this way. Remove those mindsets, remove that uncomfortable feeling, that awkwardness. Because for you to get a different result, you have to start showing up differently. You want to have your dream life, you have to start showing up differently. And this is connected to the first point. Every decision you make matters. So starting today, every decision you make should be showing up as your elevated self, and it should be getting you closer to your elevated self. So if you are working on your dream body, the decision of what you are eating today and what you're eating right now, is it getting you closer to your dream body? If you had your dream body today and right now, would you be eating this snack? Would you be eating this meal? Or would you pick the healthier meal? If what you are reinventing about yourself is to get you into a healthy relationship, this man that's in front of you asking you for your phone number, asking to take you out, or just talking to you and he's saying all these sweet things, is the dream relationship you want with this type of man that's in front of you today? Because if he is, then go for it. If he isn't, I would recommend that you reconsider, because if you make the decision to entertain a man that you know will not bring you a healthy relationship, you will be stuck in an unhealthy relationship. What decisions would your dream version make today? What decisions would your dream version make if you were her today and right now? Start to make those decisions as if you are. If you are elevating to be more elegant and more classy, the environments where you are taking yourself, do they communicate class and elegance, or do they not? Because if it doesn't, the decision should come easy to you, where you say, no, this is not leading me closer to where I want to go if I decide to go here today. This is what showing up as your elevated self looks like. If you are working on self-love, what does the version of you that loves herself so deeply, how would she treat herself? How would she dress up? What does she say to herself? What does she think about herself? And then start to speak to yourself that way. Start to dress up that way. Start to love yourself that way. The importance with this point is think of it as practice before your dream gets here. When your dream gets here, you already know how to act. You already know what to say. You already know what decisions to make because you've been practicing before you actually got the dream. This is what will allow you to maintain this dream because you've done the practice before it actually got here. And this brings us to the next point, which is act before the opportunity arrives. So with this is more about aligning your life to match your dream version. In the previous point, it was more about aligning your behaviors to match your dream life. So aligning your life to match your dream version means stop telling the story of your past. Stop posting things that tell the story of your past. Stop living like you did in your past. Stop entertaining and going to places that still tell the story of your past. When people see your life, they should see the elevated version of you today. Again, even though you are not there yet, it's important that you start showing up that way and expose yourself to as much of your dream life as possible. And why I want to speak on this is because there's a thing called confirmation bias. And this simply means what you believe, your brain will do everything in its power to make that a reality. So if you start to believe this is my dream life, this is my dream version where I'm showing up, where I'm going, the things I'm allowing, this is my dream life because I already have it, your brain will have no choice but to bring more of those opportunities and people that will lead you closer to actually achieving your dream life. When you decide and know what your dream life looks like, you will be amazed at how you will filter out everything that would take you away from your dream life. And an example that I can give on this is, think of the experiments where they give the participants a placebo pill, or there's just a placebo item that they receive, and the test group responds as if they received the real thing. This speaks to the power of belief and the power of your mindsets. What your belief system is so important because your brain and your life will reflect what your belief systems are. And this is why it's so important that you start to align your life, your behaviors, your mindsets with your dream version, because your mind will do everything it can to make that a reality, similar to the experiments where they are using placebo pills and participants are getting the same results as people who are getting the actual pill that they are being tested. So I hope you understood the example that I was trying to give. In life, you can only receive what you believe is meant for you and what you believe is available to you. So start to dream big and start to believe these big dreams that you have are actually available to you, because they actually are. And another reason why it's important that you act before the opportunity comes is because when the opportunity comes, it is too late to start to prepare for it. This is how you will lose it, because you're not prepared, you're not ready. It comes before you and you don't know what to do with it. Start to align your life like your dream life is here, like you are already your dream version, and you will know what to do. You will know how to behave. You will know how to maintain it. You will know everything that you need to keep up this dream life and to grow it even bigger when you finally receive it. And this brings us to the next point, which is to elevate in small ways. And I wanted to emphasize this point because, as we've discussed in the video, every decision matters, no matter how small it may be. This includes the small decisions, especially the small decisions, because they're easy to overlook, and the secret to success is in the detail. Also, the more that you are successful in small ways, this will not only build self-confidence and self-trust, but it will encourage you and motivate you to elevate in bigger ways. When you are successful in small ways, you will start to think bigger and bigger, and the more that you are successful, as you increase those things that you're trying to achieve, the more your confidence will grow, the bigger your goals will get, and the more that you achieve those big goals, they will only get bigger and bigger with time. And also, for example, let's say where you're trying to elevate is the environments you're going to. So for example, let's say the gym that you go to, you want to elevate to go to a nicer gym. So when you actually do that for yourself, it gives you the courage and the confidence to say, I definitely belong in these spaces. I definitely belong in bigger and better. And I will continue to elevate every other area of my life. It may start from something as simple as the gym and going to an elevated, more nicer gym rather than going to one that's not as nice because you're trying to save a little bit. The elevated version of yourself will say, no, I deserve to go to this nice gym and I will show up as her right now and today. And I am signing up for that nicer gym. And once you are used to that feeling of being in an elevated space, it will encourage you to elevate the restaurants you're going to. When you're used to going to an elevated gym and an elevated restaurant, it will encourage you to go to elevated events. Eventually, everything about you is elevated, and it started with the gym because you got used to that feeling of being in an elevated space, having the confidence to show up in elevated spaces, and realizing you are worthy of being in these elevated spaces, not just in one area, but in every area of your life. So this is the importance of elevating in small ways. Elevate the soap that you use, the lotion that you use, the quality of clothes you're buying, the groceries that you are buying. Elevate in small ways and you will be amazed how with time you are elevating in big ways. Next is mystery. And with mystery, it's important that we are keeping certain things to ourselves. We are not oversharing. We are not telling any and everybody way more than they deserve to know. Practice being mysterious and leaving questions unanswered. And this is because when you are oversharing, getting opinion from so many people, it will only bring confusion into your life, and it will only bring confusion into your journey of elevating yourself and elevating your life into your dream version. Putting what you are working on and your dream out there only invites people with so many opinions, people with judgments, people with limiting beliefs, people who do not want to see you succeed, and people who simply want to see you fail. You do not have to give a PSA announcement on your level up journey. Not everybody needs to know unless they are relevant to your journey and they have genuine feedback and input that will actually help you elevate yourself. So if you find yourself oversharing, ask yourself why you are doing it. Are you maybe seeking validation because you're having self-doubt in something that you're working on? And then start to give yourself that validation instead. And this also goes back to the third point where we spoke of auditing your circle of influence. As part of the people you add in your circle, add people who are successful in this thing. That way you know exactly who to go to, you know exactly who to speak to, and you're speaking to people who are maybe mentors, role models, people who are truly successful in this thing you're trying to achieve, because they will guide you and direct you when you hit a roadblock, when you hit a wall, or when you just need motivation and encouragement. That is a better way of getting feedback and input rather than just talking to any and everybody, especially people who don't understand what you're working on, people who have no idea of the benefits that you are working towards achieving, people who have no idea of the benefits of the dream life that you're working towards achieving. And again, you just don't want to invite people who will bring confusion and self-doubt into your life, into your world. They'll just delay your progress and they could potentially stop your success. And this brings us to the final point that we will discuss in this video, and this is to reinvent frequently. Reinvent and elevate yourself as much as you want to. This is not a one-time journey. This is not a one and done. As you are growing through life, as you are getting new information, experiencing new things, you will need to reinvent and grow with the more that you are exposed to. And also, sometimes setbacks happen. When setbacks happen, we do not stop. It simply means we rest, we take a break, and then we continue as soon as we are able to. Do not get discouraged along the way. Always expect to be tested along the way. This is just how life is designed. There's always a test. There's always something that's coming to see if you are truly transforming and changing, and life will just test you. People will test you, and this is why you have to want this thing more than the setbacks that come, more than the distractions that come, more than the judgments and the criticisms, and more than anything. Your dream life and your dream version of yourself is available to you, and have the courage, confidence, and discipline to go after it and to achieve it. And before we wrap up the video, I do want to make one more point. With your dream life and your dream version, write down what that is. Don't just think it in your head, because it will stay in your head and eventually you will forget it. Write down exactly what you want with as much detail as you can in it, because that is what will truly give you the vision of what you are going after, what you are working towards, and that will encourage you and motivate you when things get hard, when things get difficult, when it seems impossible. You will go back to what you wrote down. You will go back to your vision board and you will say, I cannot give up on this dream because this dream is too beautiful to miss out on. There is a true power in writing down and visualizing. It transforms your mind. It transforms you from the inside out. And it's the best way for you to begin working towards your dream life and achieving it. Write it down and have a clear vision and a clear image of what it is that you are working to achieve. And then going back to the point of confirmation bias, your brain will have no choice but to give you every opportunity, every option, every eyesight, every ear to see everything that will bring you to your dream life. So that is everything that I had for you in today's video, and I hope that you start to incorporate these tips as you work towards becoming your dream version and becoming your dream life. It is so possible, and I am so excited for you to achieve these dreams that you have. I will see you in the next video. Bye.